Hey, happy Friday to you. Hope you've had yourself a great week, even as we finish up on Friday. I think the only notable thing I can say for myself is the warm temperatures here in Northern California. It is February, and it was 80 degrees yesterday here at the house. It's like, this is nuts. I want the cooler temperatures, and we could definitely still very much use the rain here on the West Coast. So let's get some of that rain is what you'd look like, but in the forecast, nothing's coming up. So anyways, this is David here with you, sharing what I call balancing the triad, body, mind, and spirit. How I've been taking care of my health, wellness, and fitness. And I'm sharing it with you so cut down your learning curve, so therefore you can jump ahead and get the results faster. And the main thing is, what works for you, what do you want, what fits into your life? Excuse me. So we've been doing a trend this week, a little topic, and it wasn't quite planned, it just kind of happened that way. But we start off with, sometimes there's something you just don't want to do. And that could just simply be, hey, you need a break from it. And for myself, it's been my training sessions. Last week was tough. I had to really force myself to get it done. So I'm finishing up this week. Next week, I'm taking a week off from training. Other times, you can go through and you realize you need to make a change. For me, one example was I went through, I used to do inspirations, did it for over 20 years, and it was coming to work. It was a choice. I wanted to change. Even with after coming from cancer, I did my training. I wanted to do something different. I made a change, and right now I'm in the best shape of my life. And then other times you can go through where it's a wake-up call. It's time to make a change. Now, it could be like one example for myself. I used to travel all the time for horse shows, and I woke up in my own bed and didn't know where I was at. That was, I needed to change, and it was a wake-up call going, I don't want to keep doing this. Martha Krejci, I've shared on here, she got a wake-up call for her when she got a video of her daughter taking her first steps, and she's going, how much more am I going to miss? That was a wake-up call for her. So whether you need to realize you need to make a change, or it's a wake-up call, the thing you have to do is you got to make a decision, because people can have a life-threatening wake-up call, but still don't do anything about it. I covered that yesterday. So the decision there, and the next step is to get started. Get started, do it, do something, get yourself going. And I've talked about this in many videos. Just do something now. What can you do today? What can you do today? Start making some changes. And we're looking at baby steps. What's the simplest thing you can do? And there's simple stuff. You got to go through and make some simple changes. And what's kind of spurred this topic a little bit is I already had an idea of what I want to talk about, but I got an email today from Mike Gillette. You can look Mike up. He's a great guy. But one of the quotes he shared in there was, knowing is not enough. We must apply. Willing is not enough. We must do. And that's contributed to the 19th century philosopher Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. I actually had to look up, because I always thought like Goethe is pronounced, but I looked it up. The last name is pronounced Goethe, German. But that's what it is here. We can be willing to make a change. Okay, yeah, I want to make a change here. Unless you actually apply it, it's not going to happen. And you can be willing to do it. But again, you actually have to do it. So that's what we're saying. What can you start off small? Put down the sweet treats. Have some water. Go for a 10-minute walk. What's the simplest things you can do right now? Baby steps. Give yourself some small wins. Then you got the beta building time. You can start planning out your long-term and your short-term goals and kind of breaking things up. But what's the simplest thing you can do? A minute of just conscientious breathing, use the diaphragm. Or do a 4-4 count breath for 4 breaths. Simple as that. Reach out to reconnect with your friends for a spiritual communal spirituality. Send an email, send a text message, send a voicemail. Just contact them and say, hey, reaching out to you. Get to bed a few minutes early. Go for a walk. Go sit outside. What are the simplest things you can do, the baby steps, that can get you started on your path right now, where you want to, what it is you want to, or you may need to change? What's been the wake-up call? You decide, say, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to start doing. So what can you do right now? Don't make it complicated. Just, there's stuff you know. And another point that Mike made in the email, which I've heard him say before, he's worked with some top-level athletes, Olympic athletes. And I think this particular one, he's talking about some female competitive combat athletes, and they know what to eat. He goes, these are intelligent women. They've been competing well. They know what to eat, but they need food. They ask Mike, what should we eat? And he goes, you know what you can. He goes, yeah, but I need you to tell me that. And sometimes that's what for whatever reason, that's what we need. We need people to tell us what to do. So in this case, I'm telling you, go ahead and make that small choice. Because we're not talking one-on-one here. I got to be more general. But again, if it's tightening up your nutrition, drink a little more water. So I've mentioned this. I forgot last how many times I mentioned this in videos. Take a glass of water instead of a soft drink or alcohol. And if you want, and one of the biggest issues for some people is flavoring. I use essential oils, high quality essential oils, where I can put flavor in there if I want flavor in my water. And I get the benefits of the essential oils. You need quiet time. If you don't have time to full meditate, again, it's just a minute or so. You can get a walk. Go through and do that. Just a 10-minute walk. Something just to get you started. Something you know to do. So I'm telling you right now, start doing it. Whatever that is for you. But you can make the decision, say, yes, I got to make a change. But until you actually do something, it doesn't matter. It's like my football coach. I remember one particular, he said this more than to many people, but I remember during practice, we're supposed to go on a count of 3, and I jump up on a count of 2. Don't you know? I know. And he goes, if you know, then why aren't you doing it? That's a question there. That's something we asked a lot of us. If you know, what's the reason you're not doing it? So we can come up with a lot of different things, a lot of excuses to why we don't do it. So with that, if you decide to make a decision and you're going to start doing something, you're going to get started, you're doing it now. Get some ideas going. Get yourself to start going it. If you'd like some help on any of that, in the description, I have a link to my Facebook group, and I got a couple of things in there that can definitely help you out. One is the Health and Wellness Your Way Startup Guide. What it is, it kind of takes you breakdown. Okay, what do you want? What your vision? If you got to make a change. So what is that picture you want to look like? Let me start scaling it back. What do you need to do? What needs to be changed? What changes you have to do? What gets in the way? What can you do to help yourself out? What are baby steps you need to take? What are the micro goals? Talk about that. If you want to get yourself moving, I got a 10-minute a day. I think it's 10 minutes of activity a day challenge. Or we get to just say 10 minutes a day. You walk around, even in your bedroom, for 10 minutes a day. We got a quiet time experience in there where you can learn how to experience at least 5 minutes of quiet time throughout the day. You can accumulate those on top of each other. I also got some different areas in there for points to ponder. Got some areas where ages number. So several videos and different articles I've come up across where it's shown you people can, it doesn't matter your age, you can go through and start making some changes now. So that's what I got for you today. I want to get you some kind of wrap it up for the week. We've been talking about this to go through, so now it's time to go through and get started. If you want to go back through and look at any of the videos, you can look at the links or depends on where you're watching this at. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, I actually might go through and put the links down below. But regardless, get yourself started. Figure out what you want to do. Get yourself started. You want some help? The link is in the description. Click that link, join up the group, and we'll see you in there. So take care. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. Enjoy yourself, and I will catch you on Monday. So take care and balancing to you. Bye-bye.